Assembly's live, so come subscribe. Your soul's in trial, or simply tied. It's soul medicine, it gets revived. The warrior line, soul tribe. Assembly's live, it's friendly vibes. The soul medicine will give you life. You're a warrior, let's get this right.
They voted for this. We didn't. 9280. We didn't vote for this. We did our part. We united. We voted to mitigate any potential for what's in that bill, which was in Project 2025. White people don't listen to Black voices. White people only listen to white voices. White people don't listen to Black voices. The most disrespected person is the Black woman. White people don't listen to Black voices. Pet to threat. Misogynoir.
Yeah.
White people don't listen to Black voices.
Yep.
That's why we're here. That's how we got here. And that's not how we're going to get out. Because we're going to survive. We have to.
Yeah.
And the harm is going to come for us worse than anyone else.
We're going to survive. We're going to thrive. So we'll be okay.
But goddamn, we did the right thing on November 5th, didn't we?
Oh, yeah.
We all united and did it. We really did it.
And for me, it's just not going to be on. For me, moving forward, I'm always do the right thing.
There's a lot that can be done. There are a multitude of solutions. But again, white people do not listen to Black voices.
Yeah. So
I don't care.
No, they don't want.
I don't care.
No.
I don't care to have the conversation with people who don't want to listen.
Mm-mm.
I don't care.
Mm-mm.
It's not my job. It's not my responsibility. How is it that they are the master race? They have access to everything all the time. And this is what they're doing with it?
Mm-hmm.
Why is it my job? It's not.
Nope.
They only hear what they want to hear.
Yeah.
And then you listen to the things they say, and it's just, Jesus, God. I block so many people on social media because I'm really interested in tuning into and connecting with actual allies. I'm interested in building community with my own people, as well as people who understand and want to actively participate and contribute within our community. I don't want to waste time on people who wanted this. They voted for this. They want it. They don't care.
Well, that's it. And they don't care. I don't care. I'm surviving. I don't care. I care November 5th. I don't care. And we talked about it and what I mean. I don't care in terms of I love the country. And don't get it twisted. But as far as this situation, you can't do nothing. As far as the person in power is there for 4 years. It doesn't matter what you did or didn't do at this point. It didn't happen on November 5th. So this notion that he's in power and we got to deal with the fallout. So yeah, that's where we're at. And they did it. Like you said,
they did it, and they have to create the solution.
Exactly. Well,
not us.
You broke it, you fix it.
Well, white people don't listen to Black voices. White people don't value Black labor. White people exploit it.
Yeah. So
they don't care. They don't care. And we have to accept that. We have to accept it for what it is on its face. And I'm seeing that. But it's going to get worse before it gets better. And we have to stop making exceptions that don't deserve to be exceptions.
Exactly.
We really have to plug into the people who are doing the work.
Yeah.
Because there are a lot of allies who are out here doing the work. And I want to do my part to encourage them to keep doing it. You know why? Because white people don't listen to Black voices. But when it's a white person saying what we're talking about and they hear it, I need to support that person.
Mm-hmm.
It is imperative that I support this white person who did the work of unpacking their white supremacist mindset, their biases, and their internal conflicts, and they're actually out here doing the work. You've seen me retweet them in my timeline, I think. Mm-hmm. One is the nice lotion lady. She's just always out here fighting everyone. The other one is the one I recommended to you to follow. Mm-hmm. I forget her. I think it's Sarah, something like that. She wears sunglasses. She has blonde hair. She's very good. And she gets attacked a lot by her peers. They like to call her a bot. There's a number of people out there, a number of white women out there, putting their asses on the line and saying the things that white people don't hear when we say it, but they hear it when they say it. And the way I know they hear it when they say it is because they correct them and they tell them that they're wrong, and they'll argue with them. 15, 20 sub posts. That whole argument is public. So everyone can read how wrong looks, right? I support that because I'm not going to put that energy into arguing with that. I'm just not.
No.
But I do support the women who that's all they have on their timeline day after day. They're doing the work. And I respect that. I encourage it and I support it. I'm not saying get into fights with people, but I'm just acknowledging that I know what an ally is.
Right.
Because danger assessment is what keeps me alive.
Right.
This is new to some people.
Yeah.
So this bill is going to hurt all of us. It's going to harm all of us, some more than others, but it will be instant. Someone said, why do you keep beating a dead horse? Why? Why not? When are you going to learn the lesson? That's when I'll stop beating the dead horse.
No. I'll come back with that. The horse I'm not beating a dead horse. I wish white supremacy was dead. It's not a dead horse.
Right.
So your whole premise is wrong. You know, the horse is not dead. It's very much alive.
So that's all I have to say about that bill that the House will probably pass. And it is what it is.
Yeah.
It isn't my lesson to learn, and it isn't my lesson to teach.
Right.
It's my job to survive.
Yeah. Because we did what we did. We did, as you say, harm
reduction
on November 5th, and they chose harm. So now you got to, when you turn your power over to somebody else, what's that? That means you got to deal with the buffoonery that comes with it.
Well, we voted for harm reduction for everyone, including those who are anti-Black. Yeah. We voted for harm reduction for them. They actively voted to harm us, and it backfired on them. Will they learn? Probably not. I don't really care. It's not my journey to journey. Yeah. My responsibility is surviving this.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah. And we will.
I mean, this is what they've been doing this whole time, right? To each their own. But we weren't doing that. We were actively doing the group project year after year, election after election, presidential election after presidential election, midterm after midterm, special election after special election, local election after local election.
Yeah. It's all a matter of record.
And every day I ask myself, when am I going to run for something? Because clearly this isn't enough. When am I going to be the next Representative Jasmine Crockett? being platformed to be deplatformed, to be a martyr for the cause. Because I don't know what else to do when we've really done more than the average voter. And the harm keeps coming to our door.
People reject my thesis on that. They just do. Let it fall.
What is your thesis on that?
Let it fall.
It's falling right now.
And
we don't even have a choice. It's happening.
Keep letting it fall. We're trying to. If white supremacy was a caste system, apartheid system from the beginning, we need a new system. It's based on not race categories, but humanity. And what we try to do is we try to work with a default system from its face. It was caste. It was white supremacy. It was slavery. It was theft. Just because
it was apartheid.
Just because just because we're not in chains doesn't mean the system is different. They just repackage things, remake things. And so November 5th told me that I have to just let it fall and let it go down so you can build something from the rubble again. We're trying to build on this terrible foundation that was founded on slavery, on enslavement, on land theft, on women being treated like chattel, everything. So what are we working with? We always try to save it and feel that we can save it. And November 5th told me we can't save it. They're not interested. They want chaos. They want to make us mad. They want the next episode. They want the press conferences. They want the drama. They want the chaos. They want this stuff. And so we've been saying it, but we always double talk. We have to be calm, stay out of the streets, talk about it, lift our voice, and let them cannibalize themselves. But we the ones stop the cannibals from eating each other, and then they come back and turn around and eat us.
Right.
Let them cannibalize themselves. Let them destroy themselves. Let Mike Johnson run around the house and try to get these white people to destroy it, and let them be. And take care of the words I'm gonna leave with on this segment is take care of your family. Take care of yourself. Watch your assets. Look at your assets. Make sure you got your passport. Make sure you carry your ID around. We're trying to get these ICE agents. What you saying about the ICE agents? That's what I'm telling people. Take care of yourself. Watch your property. Watch your assets. Watch your identity. Carry passports and stuff like that, because that's what's here. That's what's we dealing with because on November 5th, what happened. And so it's manifest now. It's not just in a book. It's just not in a pamphlet. It's not just online. It's in the streets. It's in our lives. It's affecting our bank accounts. It's affecting our doctor's visits. It's affecting our lives now. And so we got to live through this as they live through segregation, as they live through lynching, as they live through all this stuff. How do we survive in this lynching environment? How do we survive this and let the cannibals, we need to wear them out, them cannibals in Washington, and let them eat each other alive. And then maybe if it falls, we can build something better. And stay calm, stay out the street, keep lifting our voices, keep calling them out, keep saying, like you saying earlier. But as far as this, it's a fault. It's a terrible project. It's a terrible proposition. We're trying to work with white supremacy. White supremacy is inherently against us based on the face of this white supremacy. You're never going to be in the privileged group. You're never going to be there. I don't care how they say, and I don't care about even the allies. They are in the privileged group. I love that they're allies. I appreciate support, but in the end, they're still in the privileged group, and we're not. And the people outside, they hate. Actually, they hate those people more than us. Really, they hate our allies because that's beneath them, And so that's a whole nother segment we're gonna have. But allies are hated, so I love our allies.
Right.
but they still in a privileged group.
Right. And what's important about that, though, is while our allies are part of the privileged group, they're not using their privilege for harm.
No, of course not. No, they wouldn't. But they wouldn't be allies. Of course not. No,
It's not their fault that they're part of the privileged group until their fellow white people unpack and deconstruct racism. But they are using their privilege for good. And that is something that you and I can never do, because we'll never have privilege.
To you, right. And so that's where we're at.
I begrudge real allies nothing. I am here. They get my support. I pour my energy into them. They get my respect. And that's worth a lot. Mm-hmm. If I can, I wanted to go back to something you said earlier. You said that your thesis is something that people will reject. Mm-hmm. And I'd like to counter that with, you're wrong. Because 9280 decided that we are in our era of rest. The one thing that enrages white supremacists the most, we are actively letting it burn. Even though people say, no, we're not. No, we are. We are. Because we don't have any power widely accepted, because it is. That's part of the whole, we are resting. Mm-hmm. Like you said, why are we trying to ally with white supremacists? We're not. My fire extinguisher is empty. They have endless matches.
Burn it down.
For every one person with an empty fire extinguisher, there's 10 white supremacists with a Costco-sized case of matches. I'm going to go ahead and sit this one out. I did everything in my power. There is no harm reduction I can do right now. The best harm reduction I can do is to preserve my mental health.
Yes, you better know.
Track my resources, pour into my family, pour into my community, and pour into the allies.
The warrior line, soul tribe, assemblies vibe, is friendly vibe. So medicine will give you life. Your warrior